8 Hidden Truths About Life After 75. What changes when you think you know it all? Aging past 75 isn't just about wrinkled hands and gray hair. It's a fascinating journey where your body and mind begin operating by entirely different rules. While society celebrates the wisdom that comes with experience, the real story happens in the quiet, unexpected shifts that occur in your daily existence. Today, we're diving deep into 8 surprising truths about life after 75 that most people never discuss openly. These aren't the predictable health concerns you hear about at every medical appointment. Instead, they're the subtle transformations that quietly reshape how you experience each day, from the moment you wake up to the time you drift off to sleep. Some of these insights might validate what you've already noticed about yourself, while others could completely reframe how you understand this remarkable stage of life. So grab a comfortable seat, because by the time we reach our final truth, you may see your golden years through an entirely different lens. Let's explore together. 1. Your palate becomes a mysterious landscape of surprising shifts. Have you ever noticed that your taste buds seem to have developed a mind of their own after reaching 75? It's not your imagination. Your relationship with flavor undergoes a remarkable transformation that can feel both bewildering and intriguing. What was once your go-to comfort food might suddenly taste bland or even unappealing, while something you rarely touched before can suddenly become absolutely irresistible. Your morning coffee might taste noticeably weaker, or that chocolate dessert you once loved could feel surprisingly flavorless. This isn't just about getting older, it's about how your sensory world literally reorganizes itself. The science behind this shift is fascinating. Your taste buds, those tiny sensory powerhouses on your tongue, become less sensitive as you age. Those crucial nerve pathways that carry flavor messages to your brain can become less efficient, creating a sort of static in the signal. But here's the kicker: smell plays an even bigger role than taste in what you experience as flavor. When your sense of smell dulls, even the most carefully prepared gourmet meal can taste like cardboard. It's like trying to watch a movie with half the volume turned down. You're seeing the same content, but it's dramatically less engaging. Medications can throw another wrench into the mix, either completely muting your sense of taste or creating bizarre aftertastes that make no sense. Some medications for blood pressure, depression, or heart conditions can interfere with your taste receptors, turning mealtime into a guessing game. Add to this the fact that texture and temperature sensitivities often change too. Foods that once felt refreshingly cool, like a bowl of fruit salad, might now feel painfully cold against sensitive teeth. Meanwhile, warm, soft foods like oatmeal or mashed potatoes can feel like a warm hug for your mouth. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't necessarily a loss, it's a redirection. Many people discover they start gravitating towards spicier foods, or they develop a love for complex flavors they never appreciated before. A pinch of cinnamon in your morning oatmeal might suddenly taste like a revelation, while fresh herbs like basil or cilantro can burst with new life. Your cooking might evolve too. You might find yourself adding more garlic, experimenting with new cuisines, or creating entirely new flavor combinations. The nutrition aspect becomes crucial here. When food doesn't taste as appealing, you might end up eating less, which can lead to dangerous nutrient deficiencies. It's like your body's way of protecting you from overeating, but it can backfire if you don't pay attention. That's why it's so important to fill your plate with a rainbow of fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, even if they don't taste quite the same as they used to. Sometimes adding a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, can help unlock flavors you thought were lost forever. The mental approach makes all the difference. Instead of mourning the foods that no longer bring joy, approach this change like an adventure in a new culinary world. Your taste preferences are evolving, not dying. By staying curious and experimenting with new flavors, textures, and cooking methods, you might discover meals that taste better than anything from your past. This is your palate's way of telling you that it wants new experiences, even as you move into a new phase of life. 2. Thirst becomes a deceitful friend that whispers instead of shouting. After 75, your body's thirst mechanism turns into something much more subtle, more like a gentle suggestion than the urgent demand it once was. Your brain's hypothalamus, the command center that monitors fluid levels and triggers thirst, becomes less responsive with age. It's as if your personal hydration alarm clock has been turned down to its lowest setting. You might go entire afternoons without drinking water, not because you're perfectly hydrated, but because your body simply doesn't feel compelled to drink. This silent dehydration becomes a sneaky problem. You might think you're functioning normally, until suddenly you feel inexplicably tired, irritable, or notice your mouth feels like sandpaper. The classic signs we learned when we were younger: dark urine, dizziness, dry skin, might become much harder to recognize. Your body is still crying out for water, but it's doing it through a very quiet voice that can be easily ignored or dismissed. The reasons for this change run deeper than just the aging process. Your kidneys, those crucial water filtering organs, become less efficient at concentrating urine and conserving fluids. They basically become lazy roommates who don't remind you to clean up after yourself. At the same time, many people intentionally drink less water because they want to avoid the constant bathroom trips that can become a real inconvenience, especially when you're out and about or trying to maintain your daily activities. But here's where it gets serious. Even mild dehydration can mess with everything from your cognitive function to your digestion. You might notice that your energy feels like it dips dramatically in the afternoons, or you feel like you're thinking through a fog that wasn't there before. Muscle cramps, headaches, and that general feeling of feeling off can all be your body's way of saying, "Hey, I need some water here." The solution isn't to suddenly chug gallons of water, which can be both uncomfortable and potentially dangerous. Instead, it's about becoming intentional with hydration. Set water as your constant companion. Keep a glass nearby, wherever you spend most of your time. Herbal teas can be a wonderful addition to your routine, especially if regular tea or coffee doesn't sit well anymore. Foods with high water content like watermelon, oranges, and cucumber can be both refreshing and hydrating at the same time. Making hydration part of your morning and evening routine can be a game changer. Start your day with a glass of water and end it with another one. Think of it as the bookends to your daily hydration. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. When you approach hydration with the same attention you gave other healthy habits throughout your life, you find that maintaining steady fluid levels becomes automatic, even when your thirst signals stay politely quiet. 3. Your skin becomes the sensitive sentinel of your body's story. Your skin after 75 becomes something entirely different from what it was in your younger years. It transforms into a delicate, highly sensitive record of every day you've lived. Decades of sun exposure, weather changes, and the natural thinning of collagen have created skin that's significantly more reactive to everything from a gentle bump to the fabric of your clothing. That minor collision with the coffee table that would have left no mark at 40 might now leave a bruise that takes weeks to fade. The underlying science reveals why this happens. Your skin's protective barrier, known as the stratum corneum, becomes thinner and more fragile with age. The fatty layer beneath your skin that provided cushioning diminishes over time, leaving you more vulnerable to pressure and impact. Those tiny blood vessels that sit close to the surface become more fragile too, making bruising not just more common but more dramatic and longer lasting. The change in your skin's ability to produce natural oils is equally significant. Your sebaceous glands, which kept your skin lubricated throughout your adult life, start producing less of those crucial oils. This means your skin becomes drier, more brittle, and significantly more prone to irritation from fabrics, soaps, and environmental factors. Even clothing that once felt soft and comfortable might now cause itching, discomfort, or even minor rashes. Temperature sensitivity ramps up dramatically too. That gentle warmth from a heating pad that felt wonderful in your 40s might now feel uncomfortably hot or even painful. Cold weather can cause your skin to become not just uncomfortable but potentially painful, with even mild temperatures creating a sensation that feels much more extreme than the actual temperature suggests. It's like your skin has developed a sensitivity that's more typical of someone with fair, young skin, even if you spent decades being completely comfortable in all kinds of weather. The healing process for minor cuts, scratches, or burns changes dramatically too. What used to be a small nick that healed within days can now become a more significant concern that takes much longer to heal and is more likely to leave a visible mark. Even something as simple as leaning your arm on a countertop for a few minutes can leave an indentation that takes hours to disappear, if it does at all. But here's the empowering part. With the right care, you can help your skin remain healthy and comfortable. Using fragrance-free, gentle moisturizers becomes not just a preference but a necessity. Look for products with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, or glycerin, which help restore and maintain your skin's natural protective barrier. Wearing breathable, soft fabrics like cotton or bamboo can prevent the irritation that synthetic materials might cause. Sun protection becomes even more crucial, even if you're not spending hours at the beach. Those UV rays that seemed harmless in your 30s can now cause damage more quickly and intensely. Wearing a broad-spectrum sunscreen daily, along with protective clothing like long sleeves and wide-brimmed hats, isn't just about preventing new damage. It's about protecting the skin you've got right now. Hydration plays a role here too, both from the inside and outside. Drinking adequate water helps maintain skin elasticity from within, while using products with hyaluronic acid or glycerin can help draw and retain moisture. Even your diet matters. Foods rich in healthy fats like avocados, walnuts, and olive oil can help maintain skin health from the inside out. The way you clean your skin needs to evolve too. Harsh soaps and cleansers that were perfectly fine in your 40s and 50s can now cause irritation and dryness. Opt for gentle, pH-balanced cleansers that clean without stripping away the natural oils your skin needs. When washing, use lukewarm water instead of hot, and pat your skin dry instead of rubbing. This sensitivity isn't a limitation. It's simply your skin's way of communicating its new needs. By listening and adapting your care routine accordingly, you can keep your skin healthy, comfortable, and resilient well into your later years. For sleep becomes a mysterious choreography of light and dark CYCLES. Your relationship with sleep after 75 can feel like you're trying to dance to a completely different song than the one you used to know. The sleep patterns that served you reliably for decades suddenly change their rhythm, often in ways that feel counterintuitive and occasionally frustrating. You might find yourself drifting off to sleep earlier in the evening, only to wake up before dawn, wide awake and ready to start your day. Or you might discover that despite spending 8 or 9 hours in bed, you wake up feeling like you haven't rested at all. This shift happens because the actual architecture of your sleep changes dramatically as you age. The deep, restorative sleep stages that your body relied on for physical repair, immune system strengthening, and memory consolidation begin to occupy less of your total sleep time. Instead, you spend more time in lighter sleep stages, which means you're more easily awakened by sounds, movements, or even changes in room temperature. It's like sleeping in a room where the walls have become much thinner. Everything comes through more clearly. The hormonal changes that accompany aging play a huge role in this transformation. Your production of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, naturally decreases with age. This makes it harder to fall asleep initially, and can make you feel like you're adjusting to a new time zone that you never intended to visit. The changes in other hormones like cortisol, which helps regulate alertness, can create a feeling like your internal clock has been rewired without your permission. Medications that are commonly prescribed to older adults can throw additional wrenches into the works. Blood pressure medications, heart medications, pain relievers, and even some supplements can disrupt sleep patterns or make existing sleep disturbances worse. Some medications might make you drowsy during the day, leading to longer or more frequent naps, which then interfere with nighttime sleep. Others might cause you to wake up multiple times during the night, or have vivid dreams that make sleep feel more like work than rest. The environment that used to support your sleep might need significant adjustment too. Room temperature becomes more critical. Temperatures that were perfectly comfortable in your 40s might now feel either too warm or too cold, causing frequent waking. Noise that once seemed insignificant can now sound deafening, making any sounds from traffic, a neighbor's television, or even your own breathing much more noticeable and disruptive. Creating a new sleep environment and routine becomes crucial for managing these changes. The goal isn't necessarily to recreate the sleep you had in your 30s, but to create the best possible sleep within your body's new capabilities. This might mean adjusting room temperature to be cooler than it used to be, using blackout curtains to keep early morning light from disrupting your sleep, or investing in a white noise machine to block out disturbing sounds. Consistency becomes more important than ever. Going to bed and waking up at the same times every day, even on weekends, can help reinforce your body's internal clock and make the transition to this new sleep pattern feel more natural. Pre-sleep routines that once seemed unnecessary can become essential. Perhaps a warm bath, reading a book, or gentle stretching can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Daytime habits play a crucial role in nighttime sleep quality. Exposure to natural light, especially in the morning, helps regulate your circadian rhythm and can make falling asleep at night easier. Regular physical activity, adapted to your current abilities and energy levels, can improve sleep quality as well. However, timing is important. Vigorous exercise too close to bedtime might make it harder to fall asleep. If sleep disturbances persist or significantly impact your daily life, it's worth discussing with a healthcare provider. Sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, and other sleep disorders can develop or worsen with age, and many are very treatable. Don't assume that poor sleep is just something you have to accept often. Simple adjustments or treatments can dramatically improve both sleep quality and daytime energy. This new sleep pattern isn't necessarily worse, it's just different. Many people find that they actually feel more rested with this new arrangement, especially if they embrace the earlier bedtime and wake naturally with the sun. The key is working with these changes instead of against them, and understanding that quality often matters more than quantity when it comes to sleep after 75. 5. Recovery becomes a master class in patience and wisdom. After reaching 75, your body transforms into a master teacher of patience, and recovery from even the smallest setbacks becomes a completely different experience than it was in earlier decades. That minor cold that used to resolve itself within 3 or 4 days might now insist on staying for a week or longer. The small cut you got while gardening that would have been completely healed within days now takes time to close and might leave a more noticeable mark. This isn't your body failing you, it's your body adapting its priorities and working at a different pace. The cellular machinery that handles repair and recovery becomes more deliberative with age. Your cells, which once produced rapid-fire responses to injuries or illnesses, now take the time to ensure repairs are thorough and complete. Think of it like comparing a fast food restaurant to a fine dining establishment. Both serve food, but one prioritizes speed while the other focuses on quality and thoroughness. Your body after 75 has become the fine dining establishment of cellular repair. The immune system, which used to launch immediate and powerful attacks on invaders, now responds more like a thoughtful strategist. It identifies threats more carefully, mounts responses that are more measured but still effective, and spends more time ensuring that the response is appropriate rather than overwhelming. This means that infections that might have been quickly eradicated now take longer to resolve, but the response might also be less damaging to your overall system. Circulation changes add another layer of complexity to the recovery process. As blood vessels become less flexible and circulation to some areas of the body slows, the delivery of healing nutrients and immune cells to sites of injury or infection can become less efficient. It's like trying to heal a wound when the delivery trucks can only travel at reduced speeds. Everything gets there, but it takes longer. The factors that influence recovery speed are numerous and interconnected. Nutrition becomes even more critical during recovery periods, but your appetite might be reduced or food might not taste as appealing. Sleep, which is crucial for recovery, might be more fragmented or harder to achieve. Stress, both physical and emotional, can have a more significant impact on recovery speed, and managing stress effectively becomes an important part of the healing process. Medications can influence recovery speed in both positive and negative ways. Some medications might support recovery by controlling pain or inflammation, while others might slow healing by affecting immune function or blood clotting. It's like having some tools in your toolkit that help with certain repairs, while others require extra time to do their job properly. The most important shift is often in perspective. Instead of measuring recovery time against your younger self, you learn to measure it against your current capabilities and needs. This might mean allowing yourself extra time to recover from minor illnesses, taking a gentler approach to physical activities after experiencing a small injury, or giving yourself permission to rest more thoroughly after a busy period. Prevention becomes increasingly valuable because recovery takes longer. Small habits like washing hands frequently, staying current with vaccinations, maintaining good nutrition, and staying physically active within your abilities can help prevent many of the minor setbacks that would have been quickly overcome in earlier years. It's like investing in preventive maintenance rather than waiting for major repairs. When setbacks do occur, treating them with appropriate care becomes more important. Small cuts need proper cleaning and protection to prevent infection, Minor illnesses need adequate rest and hydration to prevent them from becoming more serious, and any persistent symptoms need attention rather than waiting to see if they improve on their own. This slower recovery pace doesn't mean you're weaker or more fragile. It means your body has learned to prioritize thoroughness over speed and quality over quantity. By understanding and respecting this new pace, you can work with your body's natural rhythms rather than against them, leading to more complete and sustainable recovery from whatever challenges arise. 6. Balance becomes a complex orchestra of sensory coordination. Balance after 75 transforms into a fascinating symphony where vision, proprioception, your sense of where your body is in space, and inner ear function all need to work together like never before. Many people are surprised to discover that balance problems often begin not in their legs or their inner ear, but in their eyes, those crucial sensory organs that help you understand where you are and how to move safely through your environment. Vision plays a much more complex role in balance than most people realize. Your eyes constantly provide your brain with information about depth, distance, and spatial relationships that help you navigate safely. When subtle changes occur in your vision, whether from cataracts, glaucoma, age-related macular degeneration, or even small changes in visual acuity that haven't yet required glasses, it can create a cascade effect that makes you feel unsteady, even when your legs and inner ear are working perfectly. The changes can be so gradual that you don't notice them until they start affecting your balance in noticeable ways. A small reduction in peripheral vision might make it harder to spot obstacles in your path. Changes in depth perception can cause you to misjudge the height of a step or the distance to a curb. Even changes in how your eyes adjust to different light conditions can throw off your sense of stability when moving between bright and dim environments. Your visual processing speed can also slow down with age, meaning it takes longer for your brain to interpret what your eyes are seeing and translate that into coordinated movement. In your younger years, your brain could quickly process visual information and adjust your balance automatically. After 75, that processing might take a fraction of a second longer, which can be enough to create a momentary feeling of unsteadiness, especially when you're moving quickly or in challenging environments. The interplay between vision and your other balance systems becomes more critical too. When one system becomes less reliable, the others need to work harder to compensate. Your inner ear might need to work overtime to maintain balance when vision isn't providing clear information. Your proprioceptive system, those sensors in your muscles and joints that tell you about position and movement, becomes more important when visual input isn't as precise as it used to be. Environmental factors that never bothered you before might now affect your balance. Poor lighting, cluttered spaces, or even patterns on flooring can create visual confusion that makes walking more challenging. Even the transition from walking on carpet to tile flooring can feel different because of subtle changes in how your feet sense the surface. The good news is that your brain is remarkably adaptable and can learn to work with these changes. Regular eye exams become crucial not just for maintaining good vision, but for ensuring that your visual system is supporting your balance as effectively as possible. Updating prescription glasses when needed, treating eye conditions appropriately, and even ensuring that your glasses have the right type of lenses for your lifestyle can all improve your stability. Home modifications can make a significant difference in maintaining balance and preventing falls. Better lighting, especially in hallways, stairways, and bathrooms, helps your visual system work more effectively. Installing handrails, removing throw rugs, and keeping walkways clear reduces trip hazards. Even something as simple as improving contrast between steps or doorways can help your visual system better interpret spatial relationships. Exercise programs specifically designed to improve balance can be incredibly beneficial. Tai Chi, which focuses on slow, deliberate movements that challenge balance while remaining safe, can help train your body to rely on multiple systems for stability. Water aerobics allows for balance challenges while reducing the risk of falling. Even simple exercises like standing on one foot while holding onto a sturdy surface can help maintain and improve balance. Footwear becomes more important too. Shoes that provide good support, have non-slip soles, and fit properly can significantly improve your stability and confidence when walking. Sometimes the shoes you've worn for years suddenly don't provide the same level of support, and updating your footwear can make a noticeable difference in how steady you feel. The goal isn't to prevent all challenges to your balance, but to prepare for and adapt to them. By understanding that balance involves multiple systems working together, you can address any changes proactively and maintain the confidence and independence that allow you to continue enjoying all the activities that matter to you. 7. Temperature sensing BCOMES, a subtle warning system with quiet sirens. After 75, your body's relationship with temperature changes from a loud, clear alarm system to a much more subtle warning device that requires careful attention to heed properly. You might step outside on a crisp morning and feel only a gentle coolness, even when the temperature is cold enough to make younger people shiver uncontrollably. Or you might find yourself feeling comfortable in weather that used to seem unbearably hot, only to suddenly realize you're experiencing symptoms of heat exhaustion. This shift happens because the intricate temperature regulation system that has served you faithfully throughout your life begins to operate more quietly. The sensory receptors in your skin that detect heat and cold become less responsive, creating a sort of volume control that's been turned down to a whisper. Your body's natural responses to temperature changes, sweating when hot, shivering when cold, can become less pronounced and slower to engage. The circulatory system that helps distribute heat throughout your body and cool blood, when necessary, becomes less efficient as blood vessels lose some of their elasticity. It's like having a heating and cooling system that runs more slowly and with less force than it used to. Your body still knows what temperature it should be, but the systems that normally maintain that temperature take longer to respond and might not respond as strongly. This makes you vulnerable to both hypothermia and heat-related illnesses, but in ways that might not feel obvious until symptoms become serious. Instead of getting cold quickly and feeling uncomfortable, you might not realize how cold you are until you're already experiencing mild hypothermia symptoms like confusion or impaired judgment. Similarly, you might feel relatively comfortable in heat until you're already showing signs of dehydration or heat exhaustion. Medications and health conditions can compound this problem significantly. Many medications commonly taken by older adults, including blood pressure medications, antidepressants, and allergy medications, can interfere with the body's normal temperature regulation responses. Health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and thyroid disorders can also affect how your body manages temperature. It's like having multiple systems in your body that all contribute to temperature regulation, and some of them might be running at reduced capacity. The implications of this change go beyond simply feeling uncomfortable. Poor temperature regulation can affect your immune system function, circulation, and even your cognitive abilities. Extreme temperatures can put additional stress on your heart, lungs, and other organs, making you more vulnerable to serious health complications. Prevention becomes the most important strategy for managing these changes. In cold weather, wearing layers that can be removed or added as needed helps you adapt to changing conditions more easily. Paying attention to extremities, hands, feet, and head is crucial since these areas often lose heat first and take longer to warm up. Even indoors, being aware of room temperature becomes important, as indoor heating systems might need adjustment to maintain comfortable conditions. Hot weather requires equal attention. Staying in air-conditioned spaces or shaded areas when possible, wearing light-colored and loose-fitting clothing, and drinking fluids regularly, even when you don't feel thirsty, helps prevent heat-related problems. Planning outdoor activities for cooler parts of the day, like early morning or evening, can help you avoid the most dangerous temperature conditions. Your home environment needs to be actively managed for temperature control. Setting thermostats to comfortable year-round temperatures, using fans or space heaters as needed, and being aware of areas of your home that might be consistently too warm or too cold can help maintain a stable environment. Even something as simple as keeping blankets available for when you feel unexpectedly cool can make a significant difference. Monitoring your body's signals for temperature problems becomes crucial, since the signals might be more subtle than they used to be. Paying attention to slight changes in how you feel, unusual fatigue, difficulty concentrating, or changes in skin color or temperature can give you early warning that adjustments are needed. Don't dismiss these signals. Your body is trying to tell you something important. This change in temperature sensitivity isn't a limitation. It's simply your body requiring a more thoughtful approach to environmental conditions. By becoming more aware of your environment and your body's responses, You can maintain comfort and safety while continuing to enjoy all the activities and experiences that make life rich and meaningful. 8. Your voice becomes the gentle soundtrack of your wisdom. One of the more surprising changes after 75 is how your voice transforms from something that used to carry effortlessly across rooms to a more delicate instrument that sometimes requires care and attention to maintain its full strength. You might notice that people ask you to repeat yourself more often, or that your voice feels tired more quickly after long conversations. Even when you feel completely healthy, your voice might sound softer, thinner, or different in tone than it did in earlier decades. This transformation occurs because the structures that produce and control your voice undergo significant changes with age. Your vocal cords, which are essentially muscles that vibrate to create sound, can lose some of their mass and flexibility over time. The cartilage in your larynx that houses these cords can become stiffer, affecting both pitch and the range of sounds you can comfortably produce. It's like having a musical instrument that's still perfectly functional, but requires a different technique to play at its best. The muscles that support breathing, particularly the diaphragm and the muscles that help control airflow, can also weaken with age. This affects your ability to project your voice and maintain vocal strength during longer conversations, or when speaking in larger spaces. Some people find that they need to speak more deliberately or concentrate more on breath control to maintain the same vocal presence they had when younger. Environmental factors throughout your lifetime can influence how your voice changes with age. Years of talking over background noise, exposure to dry air, or even mild acid reflux can cause the vocal cords to become irritated or less resilient over time. Medications that cause dry mouth or throat can make speaking for extended periods more comfortable, affecting both vocal quality and endurance. The good news is that your voice, like any well-cared-for instrument, can be maintained and even strengthened with attention and practice. Staying well hydrated helps keep the vocal cords flexible and reduces irritation that can make speaking uncomfortable or tiresome. Simple vocal exercises like humming, reading aloud, or practicing sustained vowel sounds can help keep the vocal muscles active and healthy. Breathing techniques become increasingly important for vocal strength and endurance. Learning to breathe from the diaphragm rather than shallow chest breathing gives your voice more power and sustainability without strain. Good posture also plays a role. Standing or sitting tall allows for better airflow and more effective vocal projection. Environmental modifications can help support vocal health as well. Using a humidifier, especially in dry conditions, can prevent the vocal cords from becoming too dry and irritated. Avoiding excessive clearing of the throat, which can be hard on vocal cords, and speaking at a moderate pace rather than rushing through conversations can reduce strain and help maintain vocal health. Persistent changes in your voice, especially if they include hoarseness, pain, or sudden changes, warrant professional attention. These can sometimes indicate treatable conditions that, when addressed, can restore vocal comfort and function. Regular checkups with your healthcare provider can help identify and address any vocal concerns early. Your voice is more than just a means of communication. It's an integral part of your identity and carries the wisdom, personality, and experiences you've accumulated throughout your life. Even if it becomes softer or thinner, it continues to reflect who you are and your unique perspective on the world. By caring for your voice intentionally, you ensure that it remains a powerful tool for connection, storytelling, and sharing the insights that have made your life journey unique. This change in your voice isn't something to mourn or hide from. It's simply another aspect of the remarkable transformation that occurs as you move through different stages of life. By approaching it with the same thoughtful attention you've given to other changes, you can maintain vocal health and continue using your voice to share your wisdom, connect with others, and leave your mark on the world. The closing thoughts. As we reach the end of our exploration into these 8 hidden truths about life after 75, it's worth stepping back to consider what all these changes really represent. They're not signs that you're becoming fragile or less capable. Instead, they're reminders of the incredible journey your body has taken and how it continues to adapt and respond to a lifetime of experiences. Each of these transformations, from shifting taste preferences to quieter thirst signals, from more sensitive skin to evolving sleep patterns, from gentler recovery to heightened sensory interdependence, tells a story of a body that's been through decades of living, healing, adapting, and learning. They're not limitations to mourn. but rather invitations to understand your body more deeply and respond to its evolving needs with wisdom and care. Some of these truths might already feel familiar to you, validated by your own experiences. Maybe you've noticed that certain foods suddenly taste different, or that you're waking up earlier than you used to. Perhaps you've experienced the surprise of feeling too cold when others seem comfortable, or you've noticed that your voice doesn't carry the same authority it once did. These aren't small things to dismiss. They're important information about how your body wants to be cared for in this new stage of life. The most powerful shift often happens not in your body, but in your approach to these changes. Instead of seeing them as signs of decline, try viewing them as your body's way of teaching you new ways to thrive. That change in taste might be an invitation to explore new foods and cooking styles. The shifting sleep patterns might be your body's way of aligning you more closely with natural rhythms. The evolving vocal quality might be encouraging you to speak more mindfully and intentionally. Your response to these changes determines whether they become limitations or opportunities. You can approach them with frustration and resistance, or with curiosity and flexibility. You can see them as reasons to reduce your activities and limit your experiences, or as signals to adapt your approaches and discover new ways to enjoy the things that matter most. Remember that you're not alone in navigating these changes. Millions of others are experiencing similar transformations, learning similar lessons, and discovering new ways to live fully and meaningfully in their later years. Sharing experiences, both the challenges and the victories, can help everyone feel more connected and supported in this journey. The wisdom that comes with age isn't just about accumulated knowledge. It's about learning to work with change rather than against it. It's about discovering that adaptability and flexibility are sometimes more valuable than unchanging strength or endurance. It's about finding new ways to contribute, connect, and find meaning as your body and mind continue their remarkable journey through life. Your life after 75 isn't the end of your story. It's another chapter, with its own unique challenges, discoveries, and opportunities for growth. By understanding and embracing these hidden truths, you equip yourself with the knowledge to navigate this chapter with confidence, wisdom, and a deep appreciation for the remarkable vessel that has carried you through all your experiences so far.